Hello, card collectors. Today I want to talk about the generosity of the bench again. And by the bench, I'm talking about thebenchtrading.com. This is an online sports card trading community that I've belonged to for about 15 years. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I sent out this post asking for any and all New York Yankees baseball cards. I was looking to purchase them for my classroom, and this member responded, and he outright donated the cards. He only asked for me to help him out with shipping. And a little background, I am a middle school teacher here in rural upstate New York, and I use baseball cards as a motivation tool to get my students to do their best, because we have a lot of New York Yankee fans amongst my students. And whenever they show me some improvement or show me that they're trying their best, or for some kids it's just showing up, because for them that's an actual real struggle, I give them a pack of, I think 25 New York Yankees cards that I put together in a team bag. And I just want to go through what I got in the mail today. Now, students in my class can earn a pack of New York Yankee cards by showing improvement overall, maybe improvement in a certain skill we're learning in class, maybe they're showing mastery of that skill in class, or even in some cases just by being able to show up to school for a week or two straight. That would deserve some sort of reward, so I would walk them to the very back of my classroom, where I have a locked drawer with hundreds of these packs now, and they reach in, they grab one, they go back to their desk, and typically they open them up right then and there. Most of my students are from ages 12 to 14, which makes them way too young to have even heard of these players, which on the surface I would have thought would have made them not really care about these cards. But it actually has the opposite effect for most of my students. They look on the back of the card, they read the stat lines, they read maybe a little bit of the bios, and for some of my more curious students, they go on to Google or Baseball Reference to learn more about these players. And a very interesting thing has happened, or has emerged over the past couple of years. Many of my students have developed a real appreciation for players like Don Mattingly, Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, the players who predate them by a good, 10 years now, before they were even born, never mind really aware of baseball. And there's a Don Manley Woolworths and Kmart card. And it's funny because last week I had a student pull that same Woolworths card, and I had to explain to him what is or what was Woolworths. Another thing which really amazes my students about this is that I am an unabashed Boston Red Sox fan. I grew up in Massachusetts. Although I've lived here in upstate New York for over 20 years, I am still a die-hard Red Sox fan. And if you go into my classroom, you see Red Sox stickers, logos everywhere. Underneath the glass of my desk, you see a bunch of Red Sox cards from the 1980s. So, like, my students are still amazed that I would go out of my way to acquire only New York Yankees cards. And I tell them where I get them from, and they're amazed more that people are willing to give them up or sell them very cheaply for this. Oh yes, and before I forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please post them. I always like responding to comments. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And I want to thank Chief again for donating these cards to my classroom. Without members like him, I would not have anywhere near the inventory I have. And there's a Deion Sanders. We were just talking about him the other day in class. We were talking about him and Bo Jackson. Oh well. Well, thanks for watching.